Yeah. So I thought, as I usually do, I might make a video, and I I've been musing on 30k, but um, before we get to all that goodness, I'm trying a bit of non-metallic metal, and I'm using these bought a load of these Citadel air paints. They seem quite good to use straight out of the pot, nice and thin down. So it's interesting. It's something to play about with. And what else? I've recently done an Enforcer. Don't know if you can see him up there. So I've done that. Really happy with that paint job. I've done a Blood Bowl Orc Blitzer. Really happy with that paint job. And now I'm working on this Ranger. And that, when I get him done, that will be the third paint job in recent times that I'm really pleased with. So painting is all going just great. But you're probably wondering, what's all this musing about 30k, James? Well, I've been trying to, get into the subject of 30k because I've got well, right behind my head is a load of Space Marines. The majority of them jump pack Marines. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I should do a whole 30k thing, because those jump pack Marines, they're just too good, too good to leave. So I've started looking into Legions, and the only ones that don't seem like utterly reprehensible, well, that don't seem utterly reprehensible, are the Salamanders. And Salamanders don't use a lot of jump packs, which is a bit of a bugger, really. But yeah, I was looking into it, and apparently, I think that the Raven Guard Primarch, what's his name? Corvus, is it? Anyway, he is a huge hypocrite. Now, this is a bit of a fluff tangent, I realise, any Raven Guard players out there, this might be, a bit of a contentious issue for them, but from what I understand, his whole background is that he spent his formative years on a mining planet as a slave, and his whole thing is he led the slaves to the vault against the evil overlords. Yeah. So he's a freedom fighter, And then the Emperor comes along, and the Emperor's plan is we go around forcing compliance on people. They join us or they die. The Emperor comes along, and Corax just jumps on board with that. Just, yeah, fine. What? I mean, maybe I'm missing like different parts of the fluff. Maybe there's more to it than that. But like, Corax seems like a massive hypocrite. I mean, maybe they tried to make him like the freedom fighter to give him some nobility to his character or something, but like, that's madness. And you could really level the same criticism as at Vulcan. Probably wouldn't stick quite as well as it does to Corax, but you could do. Vulcan being, the really humane one, and then he just jumps up, joins in with the Emperor. But yeah. So at the moment, I'm a little bit lost as to what Legion to do. I was also up there. I've got some Stern Guards, and I was thinking about doing my own Legion. Making up my own story. But now I'm thinking, do I do this? Should I do the Stern Guards in my own chapter? Make up my own chapter there, so I've got a little army to use for Kill Team, and then do something different for the 30k models, or should I just make up my own force for the 30k? I'm at a bit of a quandary what to do, because part of the whole thing about collecting 30k is the background. And if you make up your own Legion, then arguably you're not part of the background story, are you? So yeah, just been musing on that. Really. If you, dear viewer, happen to be a bit of an expert, or happen to have an opinion, or whatever, or you just want to say something, then do let me know in the comments. About what you think about all the legions and the Emperor and all that. Incidentally, I think there's just been an announcement about Black Library are doing a story about a Titan, a psychic Titan, fighting in the webway. That's quite an interesting idea, really, because the way Titans have always been explained in the background is it's the Titan pilots the Princeps, is it? They're one in a million type people, because their minds can handle the amount of data that's involved in running a Titan. So would those guys be psychic, or would it just be the Titan itself is sort of like a big antenna, if you will, for the psyker, and they just add a particularly good psyker to the crew. So the Princeps gets on with whatever they would usually, and the psyker just sits at the back shooting stuff with mind bullets. Who knows? The other thing I wonder about 30k is how prescriptive are the paint schemes? Now, I realise, to a degree, there's no getting away from it. You turn up with blue blood angels, people are going to wonder, what on earth's going on? But I had an idea. What would look really, really cool is if, because the Raven Guard, for me, black and white is a bit too stark. I would want to replace the white with something a bit more warmer, like a bone color, like or Sharty Bone, or even a darker color like Sandy Dust. I think that would be really nice. And then make up my own markings, and not in terms of Legion markings, but just squad markings and all that. So I don't really know how prescriptive it all is, really. A Genestealer Aberrant, is it? Genestealer Cult, anyway. It's about time I got these things done. Oh, damnation. Oh dear. Because that's the thing about choosing which Legion you're going to go to, or going to start. They say, well, go on the fluff, go which ones you think are just the coolest. And I can see the logic behind that, because so it's going to be a long project. You want to stay invested in it. But in terms of fluff, I am completely just not fussed about the vast majority of them. And the one I do like the models I have would really be kind of bad for that. But in terms of paint job, Night Lords, that seems like a nice paint job to do, you know? And it would certainly suit all my my jump pack minions, because I don't have, you know, that many opportunities to paint dark blue, and also it would be a bit of fun to freehand lightning, get that looking good. So yeah, but then again, I have no idea what the Night Lords are like in the fluff. I get the general impression that they're all like maniacs, but yeah, I don't know. That Elstonation, he does some good videos. I should look up his on the Night Lords. Well, what other legions are there? I mean, there's Imperial Fists. I don't get much chance to paint yellow, but then again, like, other than fortifying terror, like, they don't, well, to my knowledge, they don't really seem to take much part in the actual Horus Heresy. They have it's just, they're there for the final battle. They chase Percha Arbo a bit, or at least that's the impression I get afterwards. And then they dissolve into chapters, and it's so, I don't know. In terms of fluff, they don't seem quite as promising as maybe some other chapters are. And there we go. It's always annoying when you lose a bit, isn't it? Because that's the thing, like, bit of information for you. Do you remember G.I. Joes? I used to love G.I. Joes, and I always used to like the good guys. You know, that's just the way I went. You know, in anything, I like to play the good guys. Well, more often than not, you know, that's where I go. So that's probably what's making this whole Legion thing a bit more of a conundrum, is because none of them are really good guys. Well, they're all kind of horrific. So I don't know. Maybe I should just this once try out bad guys or something. I mean, the thing with the traitor armies is you can always play them as, you know, as loyalists who have just sort of, like, you know, somehow got mixed up with all these heretics. It's a bit of a conundrum. I mean, Mike, the guy who runs the Crew Angelus channel, he started Death Guard, and he's made some really good models. I mean, it seems like a lot of people are starting up with 30k now. That probably shouldn't be a surprise, should it? Considering all these Games Workshop plastic kits that are coming out. Who else was there? There was someone else too. Starting a 30k army. Damn it. That Winter's SEO is starting. Sons of Horus. And Sons of Horus, that's another nice paint job. You know, it's a like a washed out green or something. You know, it's one I wouldn't mind. Well, I'd probably enjoy, but it's a thing. Because am I right in saying that the word bearers are just like mustache twirling maniacal bad guys, like just absolutely almost like hilarious parodies of some 90s cartoon, you know? In like, it's like some kind of Scooby-Doo villain. Oh, almost stopped it. Oh yeah, and Mike from Mammoth Painting, he was doing Iron Warriors. I mean, Iron Warriors, they sound quite interesting in a sort of I don't know anything about them way. But it's like in some cases, you know, I think, well, if not even in most, that the traitor Primarchs are more sympathetic than the loyal ones. This is getting more and more heretical by the minute, isn't it? This stream's going to end up getting censored by the Inquisition if I'm not careful. Because like stuff like Robert Gilliman, like there's nothing really about him, you know. He seems like he's written like he's just perfect at everything all the time, and like that doesn't make for a particularly interesting character, you know. And also, for my whole liking the good guys thing, I get the impression that him and the Ultramarines don't really care much for humans. But then again, I guess, you know, Vulcan and the Salamanders are the only ones that do. Maybe I'm wrong. Feel free to type in the comments if I'm not. But yeah. Because with Night Lords, apparently, I don't know. Apparently, there's a guy called Sevatar, and he's supposed to be quite a cool guy. But what other ones are there? There's Mortarion. I don't really know an awful lot about him, and I don't really think he's that interesting. I mean, I get there's a bit of self-loathing to his character, you know, because he hates psychers, and he is a psyker. But yeah, just I absolutely detest Emperor's Children. Can't be doing with them. Mainly because I just don't like purple. I really dislike purple. I know. It's why go to the effort of really disliking a color, but yeah, I just do. So wouldn't even go near them. And I get that Fulgrim's whole downfall is his hubris, you know, his arrogance, and That's good. Well, sort of for the tragedy, for the tragic character that you can relate to, because it is, like I said before, a perfect character with no faults is not relatable. It might look cool when you're writing fluff or whatever, but it's not great. But yeah, I'm not bothered about them. What other ones are there? Alpha Legion, the we're on your side, not on your side kind of, fingers crossed. Not so fussed about them. I don't think I'd enjoy painting. Same with the World Eaters, really. I wouldn't enjoy painting the blue and the white. Just wouldn't get anything out of it. And there isn't really an awful lot to, well, there doesn't seem to be an awful lot to angle on, so I'm not bothered. But anyway, I think I will continue chitter-chattering until I finish this last guy, and then I'll call it an end. Call it an end X there. There's Dark Angels. My word, when I in second edition, started out with Dark Angels. Thought Dark Angels was so cool, and I like painting green, But like they seem to be just sort of the very model of an uncaring space marine. Because like if these space marines are really the protectors of humanity, then they should have a vested interest in the humans under their protection, not just like more humans to kill, yay, oh, the humans died, oh well, because like if space marines don't care about like humans, then why on earth are they doing it, in the heresy era now, in 40k, space marines would just be doing it because they're enforcing the religion. But I don't know, maybe the Emperor has super mind bullets, and they're all under his control. Who knows? Who knows? What Primarchs haven't I talked about? Sanguinius. I mean, that would be another good choice. You could make the Blood Angels really bright, red and yellow, but then I've painted enough red lately. And plus I don't know, there's nothing about their story that hooks me and that makes me want to find out more, Do you want to know do you want to know more? So yeah, Space Wolves, again, there's nothing really there that hooks me in. I mean, I get it in 40k they are the protectors of, well, they're just protectors. They do that whole like defending those who can't defend themselves, which is, that's good. It's good, but that's like, that doesn't, from everything I hear about them, like that's just not their thing in 30k. It's just we murder eyes in the name of the Emperor. So I don't know. Ooh, right. Yes, that's done it. If I was going to create my own chapter, like they would be the general story of it is perhaps not as involved as some of the other stories in 30k, but I would want them to be sort of protectors of humanity, you know. But yeah, just some thoughts on the old subject, isn't it? I'm sure you will give me your thoughts if you have any that you're passionate about. But anyway. Well,